for Blaze as well. As somebody that has beaten T360 before, he has a lot of confidence coming into this one, right? I mean, you already beat him 3-0. I mean, you 3-stocked the guy in game number 2, by the way. I mean, everybody remembered that. Everybody remembered that 3-stock coming from Blaze, and everybody remembered that, I mean, T360 also 3-stocked Blaze to start off that winners finals. But, I mean, this is Grands here, where, I mean, anything can happen. And, I mean, all eyes on T360 because he just won and he just went through that amazing set against Nick. How does he perform against someone that he's already fought like Blaze? How does he perform against an opponent that he knows already?
Well, I think just using a lot of the stuff he's learned before, like don't get carried off stage versus Tezca, try to really just avoid situations like that where you lose stocks really early. I think we saw some adaptation in the previous set and over in the winners final where T360 was really able to avoid a lot of this just by simply not dodging the way that Blaze was expecting.
Right. And I mean, you speak of kind of adaptation, and T360 is showing the adaptation right now already. First stock is gone. And you know, it's rare, folks, you would see a grand final to reset. But trust me, it has happened before, and it has happened, I mean, magnificently in the past. And T360 is somebody that can definitely do it. He's up for the task, and right now he's running the gauntlet, but he has to win 2 sets. And I think really the game plan from T360 should be to try to take this best of 5 out quickly. He's already down to second stock, though, but the damage lead has already been established. He needs to continue this lead and not allow Blaze to even back up the damage.
Yeah, just do have to watch out for the boot's end sake, just because we've seen like a lot of victims of that. It spikes all the way down. So maybe T360 is now remembering, oh, this is something I do want to be especially watchful for.
Yep, 100%. I would be mindful of that, and I'd be mindful of you know, some of the signatures coming from T360 as well too. It's great offstage tools he can use to kind of really take stocks quickly as well too. So he's gonna have to be mindful of that. Blaze right now has I mean, he's at a deficit right now, but still he's brought it back quite a way. T360 now picks up the side, avoids that down sig. Blaze avoiding the end sig, just kind of waiting for the option from T360, but T360 makes it back.
Yeah, they're about even playing around each other, still trying to get that key hit late in the stock to take that stock and take an advantage. And that's a key hit, but it won't be enough to take off the side. Another side light there won't be enough. Recovery misses, and so Blaze is a punish and picks up boots. Now let's see if Blaze does not get the connection on the dodge read.
Oh my goodness!
Going
nice.
for dare. And that will be enough because no options left. So Blaze is the one in the lead now.
Yep. So kind of a flip of a coin now, where we're seeing that T360 started off this set with the lead. He started off with a pretty big lead, and now Blaze, just on the second stock alone, was able to tie this back up and bring this in his favor. Well, Blaze fading away just a moment. The ground pound sends him upwards, though. Was hoping probably would have sent down, but just kind of spaced out a little bit wrong here. Blaze kind of fighting for, you know, a little bit of life he has left on his second stock here to build up any damage onto T360 here. Charge in the haymaker! Gets hit by a side sig now. T360 still on the ropes here of his last stock. Ground pound comes out from Blaze. Down sig from Blaze connects. And T360 now picks up his scythe here and still unable to get the second stock out of here.
Right.
Juicy side sig.
That sig connects. Won't be enough to take it off that side there.
Big stare.
Catching that end sig to and being in the right place for the Sair. So that's game 1 for Blaze.
Yep, and this is not the way you want to start off this set here, T360. If you had any hopes of bringing this to the Grand Finals reset, you want to take this out quickly. You want to get this best of 5 over with as quickly as possible, and for Blaze to be taking games like this, I mean, we did see some great gameplay coming in from the start of T360, but later on in that game alone, we saw that Blaze adapted mid-game adaptation and was able to bring it back in his favor and was able to, I mean, you look at that second stock, look how long that second stock was. I mean, he did not even drop down to his last stock at all. And it just seemed like, I'm not sure what T360 has to do, because it seems like Blaze kind of has him figured out in a sense.
Yeah. I guess, like, in general, like, against, like, the axe, you can avoid really getting hit by those long axe stuff and then just really take advantage. Even if you don't get those flashy combos off the stage boots, you can still build up a lot of damage, and eventually where one hit's all you need or a good sig. and we're seeing like a flashy combo right now. The ground pound almost hit, but T360 dodges. T360 with a ground pound. Blaze.
What
Blaze
a side
makes
stick.
it back. Blaze on the ropes does make it back to stage, and we were there. I thought Blaze was done for.
No, 100% thought he was
Very
done
early
for,
on.
man. Here we go, side stick again, sending him over to the right side this time. Still though, Blaze does make the touchback. Recovery though, scouts him right. T360 though, looking for the edge guard on arm. Now picks up the axe. Probably looking for side stick perhaps. No. Just gives, respects the space for Blaze. N-Sig though comes out, doesn't catch him. Blaze looking to pull up any damage right now. Ground pound connects. Oh, what a recov. Nice air. Blaze going for another ground pound. Just trying to clean the wall off here, but T360 realized his options was kind of limited there. But a nice N-Sig connects from Blaze. Oh my god, what a ground pound.
Wow.
Nice air.
And there's there.
Connects and leads to the KO, and just like that, T360 once again starts off with the lead, and we've seen this happen in the last game, but Blaze has been able to quickly play the catch-up game. A recovery connects, looking for another one perhaps.
Yeah,
you
all
see
Blaze
Fish
needs
in
is
there.
one real hit to equalize the stocks, and it's not too much damage so far.
Nice good stare.
There's Stare.
Sends him so far off, but T360 lives
Not
another
gonna
day.
not gonna bother our edge guarding that. Just preferring to keep the boots, and so we'll get this KO off the top, keeping the boots. It looks like, and so we'll have boots there with not too much of a damage deficit. I think they're about even now.
Yep. But T360 quickly picks up the axe and goes to work here, Jaguar. Charges aside, Sig gets punished though. Nice in there. Going for the dare. Dare's off stage. But Blaze though going for that ground pound of his own. Punishing that recovery though. Now we're seeing Blaze swapping out the gauntlets mid interaction. Still has the boots prime. Doesn't punish the side sig too much though. Blaze. Nice recov. And I mean, right now the damage lead is still in favor of T360. He has him on the ropes here. But he goes for the down stick. It doesn't connect. Going for the recov. Scouts him. Goes for the weapon throw. Not connecting. T360 now has Blaze on the ropes. Goes for the haymaker. Doesn't connect. Down sig. Was hoping connects to reverse N-Sig. Good attempt though. But T360 doesn't land it. Blaze going for the N-Sig of his own. But a nice air once again. Connects, lands. Gets a KO. And just like that, once again, lead in favor of T360. But still though, Blaze can definitely bring this one back up. He has his gauntlets in hands.
Absolutely, and there's a side sig there. Again, sort of this is more of a spacing side sig.
Oh, there?
That ground pound doesn't connect, and now Blaze is in trouble. Another ground pound, T360.
Did he
Blaze
save him?
sends T360 back. Well, I don't believe it. And Blaze walks into the sig there.
Okay.
Blaze trying to send him up, and that will take recovery. But Blaze already in orange. I would have preferred to have if I were Blaze, to have not taken too much damage, but it's very much still winnable for Blaze.
100%, but he needs that boots. He needs a boot string right now here, Jaguar. And T360 right now with the axe in hand. We've seen, I mean, how many times he's KO'd with that Sair. And just like that, another Sair lands, and that's it. Tying up the set count 1-1. I mean, we saw that Sair coming from a mile away. I can't lie.
Oh, absolutely.
I saw that Sair coming from a mile away, and just Blaze was unable to capitalize onto it. And just like that, we're seeing tied up in the set count. So showing that T360, he still has, I mean, the fight in him.
And absolutely. Absolutely. This has been very much so far. They've been so far quite evenly matched, and we'll have to see like game number 3 coming in there. Like Blaze obviously going to try to want to win. It does not want to go to a grand final reset.
Yep, 100%. And, you know, I mean, we haven't seen much of the gauntlets. You see from, I mean, that's the stat spread. You see most of the damage has been done on the boots. But I think if Blaze wants to go ahead and bring himself back into the game here, we're going to have to utilize and see if he can utilize more of the gauntlets, perhaps. I know he has a Mordex pick in his back pocket here. So, I mean, it is that sheer weapon of gauntlets. So I was hoping that maybe we'd be seeing more gauntlets here today. But it seems like the boots has been working out for Blaze pretty well. Like we're seeing here, already starting off. Oh my goodness, man. The boots is so explosive.
Yeah, despite that, only got the yellow, despite that. Not too much damage, but almost had the potential for an instant KO. So one of the downsides of boots is that in many cases, like these strings can get KOs, but if you don't get a KO, you're not going to be able to get as much damage compared to something like a spear combo, say. So, catches a dodge, another dare, so that's a 3-pace, and the dare well positioned for the dare, and T360 is not going to make it back.
And just like that, first strike going towards Blaze. Blaze Struck first, and now he has a bit of a lead here, but he has to work with it and push it if he wants to put T360 on match point here in the Grand Finals. If he wants to clean this out in the Grand Finals, he needs to take this game and the next game. But T360, man, he does not want that to happen. He charges the side seek for as long as he can, but it doesn't connect. Still, though, looking to rack up some damage and then look for the KO here. T360 trying to just find some sort of footing right now. Just you see him swinging out options here. Gets the end light finally. Opts for the scythe here, which is very interesting. I mean, we've seen him KO very easily with Axe over with a nice little Seer, wall-placed Seer, maybe a signature perhaps. Miscalculate the options. I don't think he touches there. Oh no. Look at what we have here, Jaguar. Where Blaze is up a full 2 stocks, basically.
Yeah, well, if I'm Blaze, I'm really happy about this situation. So maybe like T360, of course, this is not what you want to have happen, but at least you at least T360 have a consolation that even if you can't pull out this reverse 3 stock, you still have another game. You still have game 4 to try to equalize and force a reset.
Yeah, but T360 is still fighting for his life though, but Blaze still applying the pressure. Side sig for side sig, none connecting. T360 lands a sideline, nothing more though. Looking for a signature, perhaps a down sig, end sig, recovery, nothing connecting. Nice there though, sends him so far away. Weapon throw not connecting. Blaze lives another day. The haymaker, T360 not connecting with it. Free weapon spawn, T360 slides by. He gets the axe in hand. We're looking for the Seer here to connect. The side sig comes out. All a bait though. Blaze gets hit by the end light. That's not even enough to knock out Jaguar.
Right.
My goodness.
Blaze does touch though. Still in position there. 3 dots finally makes it back on stage. I think T360 backing up to give respect, and DC gets punished. Still not enough.
Not enough. Blaze is just living, and somehow T360 is just struggling so hard to get this knockout. And honestly, I mean, at this rate, Blaze might get the 3 stock.
Right. Right. Of course, T360 is absolutely trying to try and make sure this does not happen. Again, just like throwing out a lot more attacks there. And there's ground pound.
Oh no, not like this.
There.
Not like this. No way.
I don't believe it.
I really don't believe it. To be this deep, Jaguar, in the Grand Finals, mind you. Grand Finals. And for Blaze to be 3 stocking you like this is not good, man. It's not good for the mental. It's not good for anybody, bro. It's not good for any T360 fans. Anybody that believed that T360 was gonna be taking this set here. I mean, that game is definitely that game is gonna hit you hard.
Right. Yeah, it's always unfortunate. You're going for that stock. Like I know I'm down 3-1. It's going to be very unlikely I win, but always possible if you keep that mindset of I can win any match until the last stock's taken, and then to see like not only do you not get that stock, but not only get that stock, but you get 3 stock in such that fashion. It's got to be really disappointing. But T360 is a solid player. I'm suspecting he just got a sip of water, take a step back, wipe his hands on a towel, maybe like one of my friends did at BCX, and then just said, "Go next."
For real. That's what you really got to do here in this position. You got to go next. And T360, he has the game 4. He has to win game 4 and game 5 if he wants to push this to reset here. And after that 3 stock, I'd be a little bit shaken. And Blaze right now, I mean, the momentum is all in his favor right now. But T360, as kind of the underdog of this here, has to try to see if he can get this game as quickly as possible.
The ground pound does not connect. T360 can't land the dare. That would have been really nice to have landed for a quick stock. But as it stands, they're so far about equal. So as T360, I think you're better. You're kind of happy that you're not down like the previous time.
100%. And right now you're seeing he's kind of running away with the lead for the moment being here, which is great. Great start for this game number 4, but he has to try to see if he can get this KO as quickly as possible. We saw in that last game how he struggled to even get the first stock out of there from Blaze. He goes for this area, doesn't connect though. He's just kind of trying to space around. He gets the D-Light, another D-Light, another one.
Another D-Light.
Another one for the fans at home. Okay, no, Blaze was too low for it. He couldn't go for a 4th time, but still unable to knock out. NSYNC, that NSYNC wasn't hitting anybody there, T360. And Blaze is just going to make it by, rack up some more damage. T360 is just having such a hard time in getting these knockouts, and it's really costing him.
Yeah.
It's really costing him.
Blaze is still using effectively that Tezuka side sig as a spacing punish tool. Like T360 is getting desperate. That's still not enough.
Yeah.
Like T360, I think, is having to go for these offstage interactions just to try to get any sort of knockout because, like, by force, it's not happening by force so far. We're not seeing, like, although it can happen by force. Like we saw in the previous games, T360 is very effective in the axis, not have any options.
I mean, you look at that, where T360 had a lead at the start. He had a lead. We said that he had a lead, but he's just unable to get these stocks out. The axe isn't working. The scythe isn't working. Heck, his unarmed isn't even working. Like, what's gonna be the option here to get this knockout out of here?
Well, I think if you have axe, you just have to find a good punish this year now, and
there
like Territorio, that will work.
Oh my goodness! About more than 2 minutes into this game, right? And finally, the first stock from Blaze has already fallen. Like, T360 is really, I mean, he needs to lock in and secure these KOs as quickly as possible, because we saw in the first interaction there of this game where Blaze was just able to rack up so much damage simply because of the fact Blaze couldn't land that securing blow. He couldn't land that KOing blow.
Right.
Big
so far, despite this, it's still about even. So in damage-wise, and that weapon throw hits. So let's see. They're still even in damage. So if I'm T360, I'm actually pretty happy at how this is turning out in comparison to the last game.
Ooh, nice.
And there's a good punish. Now we're starting to see T360 come out with the side light nair.
What a stare!
I think T360 can be more. If T360 can be patient and get a lot of these punishes off, like it's very much using axis potential. That's how you build the damage in KO.
Yeah.
But Blaze is making it very tough to get those opportunities.
At least now he's landing some of these stairs here, but Blaze is also answering back. He gets a recovery, a down stick of his own, able to get the knockout there, and just like that, Blaze now has the upper hand and is in control of this best of 5 here, and he is, I mean, he has T360 on match point, and remember, T360 is coming from elimination side here. This could be tournament stock here for T360, and finally, the sale lands, it knocks out and ties up the stock count. It's as even as can be here, but all eyes are on T360, and everybody here is praying that this guy brings it to Game 5 at least.
Well, I can't speak for everyone. I'm sure Blaze has other thoughts right now.
No, that is true.
Absolutely, T360.
Oh my goodness.
T360
definitely has other thoughts.
T360 holding on to the axe, trying to make that magic work again of getting those punishes off, like 2-3-piece combos, especially in the air. But Blaze is making it really difficult without very many opportunities to punish. And as a heavy weapon, you have to really get those opportunities and make them happen, and that's not going to happen, and Blaze is our champion.
Holy moly, Blaze! For his first tournament win, wins it in the Spirit Wars 3, beating T360 in a 3-1 fashion in the Grand Finals, denying the reset whatsoever. Congrats to Blaze on becoming our champion here for today.
Yeah, congratulations. This was very much Blaze really dominant the whole way through on stream. First against Nick and then against T360 in the winners final and here in the grand final. Just really showing off a lot of what Tezuka can do with the boots and everything.